Hello there, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another RebelScum.com video review. And today we are reviewing the Micro Galaxy Squadron Chase variant Raider ATST. So there's the regular ATST in Series 1 or Wave 1 of Micro Galaxy Squadron, but this is our first Chase variant review. So from the first wave, we had a few different Chase variants. There's this one. I believe the other one was the TIE Outlander, which is Moff Gideon's TIE fighter with the foldable wings. Not all of the TIE LNs have foldable wings. In fact, TIE LNs don't have foldable wings. It's specifically the TIE Outlander from the Mandalorian that does, which was really cool, honestly. Anyway, here we have this awesome ATST right here. I love the colors they went with it. Of course, we also have a Klaatuian Raider as well with this bad boy. I also really like the background battle we've got for this one. So this one we've got the regular ATST, the Raider ATST, the Mandalorian troop transport, and looks like that's pretty much it on this one. But still, really cool. Love the little background artwork with the toys, and or rather with the vehicles they designed these based off of with. There we go. All right. So our little carded guy came out already. So let's go ahead and get this ATST out. There we go. And this thing has some really good articulation. You kind of gotta stand it up pretty good because it's actually one of the few vehicles that's not quite to scale. While Jazwares has tried to focus better on scaling, I mean, you can even tell. I know I don't have the troop transport on hand right now. This should actually probably be at least twice the size of the mold they produced to be in better scale with the rest of the Micro Galaxy Squadron line, unfortunately. This is actually closer in size to the Action Fleet one. Wish I had that on hand too right now to show you guys so you don't think I'm crazy. So despite this thing's small size, it still has great articulation. It's got this hip articulation right here. It's got this rear knee articulation. It's got this ankle articulation right here. No articulation here at this midsection knee or this upper secondary ankle. The head does rotate as it's supposed to. You've got a little up and down movement on the chin guns. The left cheek gun does rotate up and down. In fact, you can pull that off if you really want. The right cheek gun does not articulate at all. In fact, it's actually molded to the side of the cheek a little bit too closely. In fact, it is supposed to protrude a little bit. So I don't know. That's kind of a shame there because it would have been cool if they released another tricked up ATST, maybe like the one from The Force Unleashed where it's got these bigger guns on it, because you can customize the ATSTs in Star Wars canon to have different armaments. The upper hatch does open. It's just one big panel instead of just the smaller hatch opening. And there's one big seat in there for one figure. I don't know what's the deal with the trend where we have an ATST toy and rather than build it out to proper scale, companies just have, okay, here, we'll just open up the big hatch section right here, and then you can put one figure inside. It's supposed to be large enough on the inside for there to be 2 driver's seats and at least 1 or 2 other persons to stand all the way up behind them. Now, this isn't a gripe at Jazwares. This is just an observation on ATST toys in general. Pretty much every single one is like that. I don't know why companies that produce ATST toys in Star Wars never go all the way and actually properly mold out an ATST to its proper scale, especially with a micro line where it should be more feasible than, say, Hasbro with the 3/3 scale ATST. And oddly enough, the Hasbro 3/3 scale VC quality / legacy / Black Series ATST and 3/3 scale is still the closest, because at least it still has 2 seats, even though they're not quite to where they should be. So far, Hasbro's got the best one out there in terms of detail, scaling, and articulation. Oddly enough. I really would have thought this one would have been a slam dunk for somebody like Jazwares, who does really awesome vehicles time and time again, not just in Star Wars, but in other lines too. But unfortunately, in my opinion, I feel like the ATST, although it looks cool, is a little bit of a miss in terms of their scaling and articulation. I just feel like they whiffed on this one. And I hope this is the odd one out as far as their vehicles go, because so far their other vehicles in Series 1 especially have been really, really awesome. The detail has been great. The articulation has been where I feel it should have been, but on this one, and also the sizing, the scaling has been pretty well accurately displayed, but on this one, I don't know. I'm gonna have to say this one is a miss, and it hurts me to say that, because I really like the guys at Jazwares. I really like what they produce, and I really like what they've done with some of my favorite brands and some of my favorite toy lines that they've produced so far. So hopefully, maybe in the future, the good folks at Jazwares will see this review and maybe take some notes and put out a deluxe ATST, if you will, where it's properly scaled to the rest of the vehicles, especially the ground vehicles in the line, properly sized. You can put 2 of these guys plus another guy, because like I said, it's just too small. It needs to be at least double the size of what this is, maybe even triple, actually. You know what? It's probably going to have to be triple the size of what this one currently is to be in better scale with the other vehicles, which is odd to me, considering their whole objective from the interactions I've had with them in person is they're trying to focus on better scaling, better detail, and the details on this look awesome. The paint job is fantastic. It looks like it came right off of the screen of the Mandalorian aesthetically, but sizably, I'm just like, look at this guy. Let's get the Clatuian out, shall we? Of course, he's on that awesome little inner card back bubble, which again, I love that feature that they did. Makes it easier to keep up with these little dudes too, rather than people just zoom. And the detail on this actually is awesome. You got the little helmet with or hair with the braid coming out of the back. The face doesn't look too bad. The armor sculpting is really cool. He's got a little bit of a cape going. Love this figure. That's awesome. You can have him sitting in the single big seat in the middle of the ATST. But look at this guy by comparison. He should not stand that tall next to an ATST. He should be much, much smaller in comparison. So, yeah. Not quite big enough. Still really cool. Still an awesome vehicle, but not quite big enough, which is a shame. Now, Jazwares is still putting out some really awesome vehicles for this line, and I can't wait to see what they do next. I'm really looking forward to the gunship, especially in Season 2 or Series 2 or Wave 2, whatever you want to call it. And I know there's going to be some really awesome chase variants in that. I'm really excited for that Sabine TIE Fighter, especially. Oh my goodness. And we don't even know what's going to happen in Series 3 yet. They haven't even hinted at what's going to be in Series 3 yet. And I can only imagine it's going to be awesome. But hopefully, Jazwares, hopefully you're watching, hopefully you're listening, hopefully you're taking some notes, because this isn't quite right. And that's a real shame, because this is one I was really looking forward to, but now that I see it in person, I can't help but be a little disappointed because based off of what you've already produced, I know you can do better. And that's where my disappointment is. So that's just me. Maybe you guys feel very differently. Maybe you think I'm being too nitpicky, and I might be. That's totally possible. That's totally plausible here. I might just be being a little too nitpicky. Who knows? And you can get it to kind of stand taller just a little bit, kinda. But it looks kind of awkward if you do. It just looks like he's, you know, almost kind of trying to do like a ATST equivalent of standing on his tippy toes. But I don't know. There's some vehicles where they really focused in really good on that scaling and detail, like the Mandalorian troop transport, which we haven't reviewed yet. But then there's vehicles like this where they, when it comes to the scaling, they very clearly cut some corners. So I don't know. I feel like I'm just deucing on this thing, and that is not my intention here. I still think this is an awesome vehicle. I still think it looks great, and it's still totally worth hunting it down. I mean, I'm still very happy to have added this to the Micro Galaxy Squadron collection. So please don't get me wrong. Please don't take everything I said to heart too much. It's just, hopefully they have plans to do a better, properly scaled one in the future, and hopefully whenever they get around to doing an AT-AT, actually, it's not, you know, slightly bigger than this one, because an AT-AT in the Micro Galaxy scale should be, you know, at least this tall from the counter. You know, it should be at least this tall. It should be big. So hopefully if they're working on that one right now, I don't know if they are or not. I didn't get any insider information. There's no leaks or whatever. Plus, we don't report on leaks regardless. Hopefully, they have plans to do the AT-AT justice. And hopefully, there's also an AT-TE in the works. Because the AT-TE, that's my personal favorite walker. I would love to see a Micro Galaxy Squadron AT-TE. But what's a vehicle or walker that hasn't been announced that you really hope that Jazwares has in the works? Let us know in the comments. What do you hope to see come out of the Micro Galaxy Squadron? And what do you think on the scaling of this? Do you think I'm just totally crazy? Or do you think some of my words ring a little true? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned for more Micro Galaxy Squadron awesomeness, because despite this guy's scaling issues, it's still a cool vehicle, and they're still doing some really awesome stuff. Stay tuned for more other content. Go to rebelscum.com daily for all kinds of awesome rebelscum.com daily content. Check out rebelscumshop.com for awesome swag and merch. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. And may the force be with all of you, you Rebel Scum.